Hi you guys, it's Alex again. Thank you so much for clicking on my video for today. So today is the end of day 2 of the 28-day Anthony Williams Detox, the medical medium that I've chosen to follow. So today was actually not as difficult as the first day. I'm actually very grateful that day 1 was as challenging as it was because it was very motivating to having completed that day to be able to go into day 2 and be able to just kind of reassure myself like, you've done it for a day, now it's day 2, now we can keep going and, let it be a little bit smoother. So I didn't wake up this morning with that overwhelming sense of, the self-deprivation and what I reflected yesterday on the video. But what I did experience today, and it's a little funny that I'm going to be talking about this, but I think it's important only because in some of the radio shows that Anthony Williams talks about, he actually brings it up sometimes. So what I actually found interesting today, and one of the challenges is like basically the new bowel movements that I'm going through. So, as we start eating more fruits and vegetables and we stop eating some other foods, the fruits and the vegetables are really what gives our body that nourishment and the ability to process and finally push out of our system things that maybe have been sitting there for a few years or just had never processed right, or it's something that's causing us some ailment or discomfort. So this past, even though it's been only 2 days, I have seen some major difference in like what I feel in my intestines, what I feel in my stomach, and then obviously when I have bowel movements, it was very different. And so in the talk shows that Anthony has had recently, he really encourages us to keep moving past that because it's not the idea that our bodies are working against us. It's the fact that they're working with us and for us. And so even though there might be some discomfort in the beginning, it's not something that's going to last forever. It's something that's very temporary, and it's just a beautiful piece of evidence to show that you're actually doing the right thing, right? And that the body is getting what it needs to finally process that out. So even though I was a little surprised by that, and maybe in the past, had I not known that from Anthony, might have been a little like put off or a little afraid of, oh my God, what's going on? This is not good. Am I having a reaction to something? But instead, I found it very encouraging to show to myself and very grateful that in just 2 days of just eating the fruits and vegetables, my body's already like reacting to it in a very positive way. So I just wanted to really share that in case anybody has ever gone through that or is fearful of that, it's just something temporary. Your body is working with you, not against you, and that everything's going to be okay. So that was my big takeaway from today, and I was very happy to have had that mindset and that perspective. So challenges for today. So today I decided to go to the farmer's market because there's a lot of amazing vendors there that have really good organic produce and it's local, and it's just a great way to support that type of business. And of course, though, part of the farmer's market is not just the fruits and vegetables, but also all the other yummy food that comes with that. So I unfortunately went to the farmer's market a little too hungry, which now in reflecting upon it, I'm realizing how important it is to be very mindful of that and to really nourish myself before I put myself in situations where, there might be access to other foods to be well nourished and stuff. So I did unfortunately go to the farmer's market a little bit hungry today. And of course there was like amazing things. And I did go around to just kind of see if there was anything that I could have, any of the dips, or thankfully the fresh produce, I was able to taste those things. But for the first time, I actually found myself asking questions that I had never thought about asking before. Like, for example, there was a stand that had roasted vegetables and they weren't cooked all the way, so it was kind of still technically considered raw. So I considered, okay, maybe that would be a good option. And then when I asked them, oh, by the way, what kind of oil or what do you cook the vegetables in? They said, oh, canola oil. And, I would never have thought of asking. I would have been like, oh, okay, this is a healthy meal. It's just vegetables and it's going to be healthy and I can eat it. But I was very mindful and I asked that question. And of course I chose not to have it because canola oil is actually one of the major no-nos that Anthony does say to choose to stay away from, because it's not one of the healthier oils. So that experience, even though there's a couple things I learned from there. First is to make sure that I'm mindful that I'm well nourished before I go out, or that I'm taking snacks with me. But second is just asking these questions that I would never really think would be good to ask for, or maybe I've asked other questions before in the past, but not as in depth. So that was really, you know, telling and a really nice thing to experience. And then what really gave me encouragement to really continue moving forward was I went to a crystal sale class, or not a class, but a friend of mine was selling some crystals today. And in the store, in the little space that she had, there was about 8 of us there. And out of the 8 of us, there was 3 of us. Somehow the medical medium, Anthony Williams, just, it popped out and I heard the name and I was like, oh, I know who that is. And there was 3 women there who actually follow Anthony Williams, and 1 woman who's actually also doing the 28-day detox cleanse. So that was amazing because, you know, I don't believe in coincidences. You know, we always have signs and omens and things that lead us. And it was so awesome to be in a space without even thinking about it and to get that beautiful reassurance like, hey, Alex, other people are doing it. You know, we're all, in a sense, moving forward. Like, I know that this past year, just from talking to family and friends and people that I just meet on an occasion, that this year has been a little bit challenging and difficult for people, you know, especially here in the US. I know we had a very tough election this year. And I know some of us sometimes feel like, you know, everyone in the world doesn't care, or, you know, people these days are just, you know, not trustworthy or loyal, or we have like all these negative mindsets, or that life is getting really difficult for us. And sometimes it's just really nice to take a step back and realize that even though that might be present in that moment in time and in that reality for us, that there are people out there who are wanting to improve on themselves, on their health and their relationships, and in whatever aspect it might be. And that actually is a great piece of like evidence for support and for hope, that maybe in the bigger picture right now it doesn't look like things are going the way that we feel that they should go, but at a personal level there's a lot of us that really want something different in life, and we want our lives to be better. And that's actually a really good thing, because when we start changing ourselves individually, that's how we really change the world. And so for me, I know that's like a big, insightful message, but just running into 2 other people that I had never met, that I hadn't even thought. I mean, I wasn't going to an Anthony Williams get together. I was going to a crystal cell. But to have had that experience is like, wow, there are other people out there who are doing it. There are other people out there who want to make their lives better. And then that's just going to mean that our community, our culture, our world, human race is going to get better. So that was a really nice experience today. And it was really nice to talk to someone else about what they're going through, and to see that. So that was another amazing experience today. So today wasn't as difficult. It was really nice. I definitely learned, now that my fridge is fully stocked, to just be very mindful and to really take the time to take care of myself before I go out into the world. So yeah, it was a great day, and I'm so excited for day 3. And thank you again so much for the love and support. And if you guys have any questions, remember to feel free to email me at roartosuccess@gmail.com. And thank you again, and I'll see you tomorrow.